mainly my butt, but also my thigh, my hamstring, all of everything.
I have
sore.
like gently poked your butt.
It hurts so bad.
You go, ah.
I literally did that as I sat down to put my skates on because sitting hurts. Glitter and cat litter.
Glitter and cat litter.
Hello. Did that come out of your mouth or did that come out of your butt? For audio listeners, they don't know. We want to start with a little bit of housekeeping and let you know of a little change coming our way. We are going to change the schedule of the podcast to once a month. And we are going to have an exclusive for members, like separate from that, once a month. So you can get a membership and become a member. If you are a Roll With Me On Demand member, you already get all of this. But for everyone else, you can become a member of the podcast on glitterandcatlitter.com or on YouTube. And we really, really hope you enjoy that. This all stemmed from me having my yearly crisis, or there's probably a much better word of saying that because it's not really a crisis. But
what does the Nordstrom call the sale? Nordstrom does like a semi-annual sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
It's like that.
Yeah, sure.
It's my semi-annual
sale.
crisis.
Yeah. Yard sale.
Yard sale.
Yeah.
A yard sale. Isn't that like a skateboarding thing when you
it's
fly?
a skiing thing when you fall
Skiing.
and everything goes.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Yep.
With my life.
Yep.
And my being. Like literally I woke up and I was like, I need to cut my hair.
Yeah, no, we're going to pause on that one. Yeah, you got to pump the brakes, kid.
Honestly, Taylor brings me out of my, no, he doesn't bring me out of my crisis. Sometimes he like doubles down on it, but it's in a good way. Good things always happen when it comes to this. But I'm sure we've talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but like I am someone who gets very stuck in the weeds. Like I'm head down, focused, which my ADD somehow works with that with work because I can maybe do a lot of things at one time, but I'm very head down focused and Taylor has to like bring me out into reality at least once a year.
I'd tap her on the top of the head and say, hey, remember all those other things? Yeah, those still exist too. Hey, hi, hello, they're here.
Yeah. I don't know what I did before you.
None of the things.
Hey, I accomplished a lot before you.
No, okay. I didn't mean it like you didn't accomplish anything. I just meant like the amount of productivity things, literal the word things that you accomplish in a day. None of those were happening then. You were doing like a thing.
You are absolutely correct. That is true.
Which is a blessing and a curse, I guess, to be doing a lot of things versus doing one thing. Or
we talked about this recently, you and I, about like back when we were teenagers and stuff. I wish I remembered what we were talking about,
it's
but
probably on here.
I don't think it was. I think this was like in the car, but we were talking about like what we used to do with our time. We were talking about staying up late. That's what we were talking about. And I was like, I used to do so much, but also nothing at all. Like it was a lot of like dreaming and just like watching movies and like thinking of how my life would be and what would I do if this happened? What would I do if that happened? And like, I feel like I need to do more of that in life now as an adult than I do. I need to make room for that.
I don't disagree. I don't know why I paused so long on trying to form that thought. Sorry. That was weird. We did not pause the video or anything.
It wasn't that long.
I'm still loading.
Yeah. You're buffering.
Yeah. No, we were listening to Armchair Expert on the way home from up north, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
On the way there or on the way home?
No, I was on the way home because I was driving. You drove like the whole way there.
I think I just need to drive.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go off topic here. I get in the driver's seat when we're going on a road trip, and then I'm very sleepy. It can be noontime. It can be right after I woke up in the morning and I'm peppy. It can be middle of the night. That's the bad time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I go sleep.
Yeah.
I don't actually fall asleep behind the wheel, but I do get unbelievably, like, I get tired to the point of like I am like ready to fall asleep. Like I could doze off.
And I'm like chilling. As long as it's daylight, I'm good to drive. So I should just drive because we don't typically drive super late at night anymore. We have in the past.
Yeah, but intentionally because the both of us cannot actually drive late at night. Like it just doesn't work.
I get like almost like seeing double tired, which is very scary when driving.
Interesting. I just closed my eyes. Okay, back to. So on the drive, we were listening to Smartless, which I don't really. I think I've said this. I'm not really a podcast person,
right?
Or a podcast listener.
He says as he's speaking on a podcast.
No, but I don't not enjoy them. I just don't. I feel like there is so much content that exists in the world that the only time that I feel okay with listening to a podcast is on like a long drive, which I think if I'm, having to dive into my existence with this, it's because it's really hard to watch TV, like a TV show.
Yeah.
Well, like either you're driving or I definitely am not watching it while I'm driving. Yeah. Like, what's the point of that? I'm just listening to a TV show. I don't want to do that. Also, it's so super not. Safe. I don't think it's safe well, I know it's not safe. I don't think it's legal either.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I don't do it, so I don't know. But like, it feels like that's the perfect opportunity for something like that, where like a lot of times music, I'm like, I've heard most of the music and not like, I can only hear music once, but it's very like, music is more special to me than just like, oh, it's on a drive. Like sometimes some stuff is okay. And like there's times, but if we're driving for like 6 hours, I'm going to be so bored of whatever music we choose, even though there's a world of music out there. It just like, I just get bored.
There comes a time within the drive that I can tell you're like, yeah, a podcast would be nice.
Which is like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in.
No. It's like an hour and a half
in. You could turn it on 10 or 15 minutes in and I wouldn't complain.
Like if we were driving to LA and I turned on a podcast.
I would lose my marbles.
Right.
That's not a long drive.
You said 10 minutes in.
No. 10 or 15 minutes in knowing there's 6 more hours.
Oh, okay.
4 more hours, 5 more hours.
Northern California.
Mid California and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah. San Diego, maybe. It's like 2 hours.
We talk for most of that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We're it's like off the work day into San Diego.
Also a strange thing. So sorry. Hold on. Also a strange thing. If I'm working in the passenger seat, you like listen to music. If you're working in the passenger seat, I just drive in silence.
It drives me nuts. It drives me. Funny. I hated it.
I don't realize it until it's like almost too late to turn on music.
I think we drove 90% of the way from Orange County, California to San Francisco, California with nothing.
We drove at least 4 hours in silence.
I was working.
Which now that I think about it, is psychotic.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, you have the car going, ding.
I'm just with my thoughts, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, back to the topic at hand here. We were listening to Armchair Expert. No, I'm so sorry.
No.
We were listening to Smartless.
Yes.
Because Jason Bateman's.
He's your guy.
Yeah. I like him. My sensor's barely hanging on again today.
Yeah, theirs is explicit.
Oh, it's 4-1 Dodgers.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know how, but the bases are loaded again.
That's awesome.
Still. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Jason Bateman was talking about like, I really resonated with him saying that as some people that are more intellectual, I guess, as you get older and you learn more and experience more, there's more information that you're constantly like culling through as decisions are being made and things are happening. You now have like more information and stuff to maneuver around and like get through before you can make decisions, or so it really like muddies up everything and it becomes difficult. And when he was saying that, I was like, that's literally my existence.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's the worst. Like, it's really great because I guess, on one hand, I'm able to like critically think through a lot of stuff and like make very clear decisions on things, because I know a lot more or have a lot more information at my disposal or whatever. But like, it also makes making a very simple decision. Like we could talk about a water bottle that I just bought that I spent way too long thinking about and crunching random numbers that make no sense or justification or whatever.
And involving me to explain it so you could say it out loud.
Yep. All the extra BS that doesn't need to be included in it, right?
Yeah.
And he just said it, and it was kind of a passing thing that he said, but like I could not stop thinking about it once he said it. I was like, dude, that is every day.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when I was younger, obviously not like so young, but when I was younger, I would think of a lot of what ifs. Mm-hmm. Like if I did this might happen, this might happen. And that like really, really made it hard for me to do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Now it's more like, well, if I do this will probably happen. Like I have more of a like, not a what if, like this is likely to happen. This is likely to happen, which is still the same problem, but it's just kind of morphed into more experience. So it's like, I kind of know, but
I feel like with you though, it's less debilitating than it used to be, because before it would be,
I do agree with that.
It would be one of those where like you knew something was going to happen or whatever, or like you knew that if you did something there was the potential of something bad happening and you just would not even humor it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, honestly, we could talk about like when you went to start doing the online stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was just an idea. You were like, there's no way I teach at the rink.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no way.
Yeah.
I have to be in person. And I was like, yeah, but what if it works?
Wait, you said that weird. There's no way
you would do it.
Can do online.
You said that you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You said there's no way.
We have not talked about this on here about how that all started, but
right.
That's really great to talk about. Yeah, I literally was like, no, like I couldn't understand how that would work. And I do have to add that for years now, because it's been 4 years now that it's been like almost solely online, or that the online stuff has existed. But it's like I still continuously get feedback from other coaches that I know, that I've grown up with, that I've known for my whole life, that are like, I don't understand this, and this is a terrible idea. And I'm like, well, we're going on year 4.5, so it's obviously not a bad idea. And honestly, I love it.
Yeah. I guess to try and like at least tie in like where you were going with the intellectual overthinking or critically thinking, constantly going thing. Yeah. It's like, I think the biggest change for you was when we committed to it and you just sent it. And you just did it. And I think that was when you were like, oh, I think this might work. Like, because it started on YouTube and it was free, right?
Yeah.
And then you were like, I think we could charge people for this. Or I don't remember. I think it was you that said that. I don't think it was me.
I don't think we had that idea until 2020 happened. And because none of the site didn't exist until then. When I had to, well, I didn't have to, but we made it so that I could teach my students, my competitive students, online during the pandemic.
That's not why we did that, though.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't remember. That's a long time ago.
I think so, because that's how it all started, was them, and I had them in like group classes, and then I was like, this is actually really fun. And I think they're learning a lot during this. And then I was like, maybe more people would be interested in that. And then I turned it over to like Instagram to be like, who would be interested in this?
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I know that we started at like something that was made way more for like classes and quizzes, and that was just like not going to work long term. So we ejected quickly.
Yeah.
And then
it was one-off live classes at first.
Yeah. And then it turned into offering the entire library of every video individually.
Mm-hmm.
Which
as
is
one-off
chaos.
Purchases.
That's horrible. I mean, it's great, but it's not, no.
Yeah.
On the back end of the website, we still have all of them, and it's like 1,000 videos. It's so bad going through our like an inventory.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's pretty gnarly.
And then when did it? Because it was on Squarespace that we started it, right?
Yeah, it was always on Squarespace, but then because
like how did
they
we
didn't even have
how did we do the subscriptions?
It was discount codes. People were buying.
No, that was only for gift cards.
No.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wish I remembered.
That was only for gift cards. There was some way
that people were joining classes that they were paying like a monthly thing.
Yeah, but how were they paying monthly? Because I don't remember Squarespace always offering that.
No, they didn't. That we had some sort of system.
We had like a workaround? No, there's no way.
Yeah, because it was a lot of back end. That's when I was like, I need an assistant because there was so much that I had to keep track of in the back end of it. Of like, they bought 4 classes and then I had to go in if they showed up to a class and mark them that they used one.
Oh my gosh.
It was wild.
Oh, wow. How archaic is that?
I know. And this was pandemic when my desk was over there and I was teaching a live class. I think we started with 2 a week and then we moved it to 3 a week.
Yeah.
It was wild. But if you don't know what we're talking about, I teach roller skating and a lot of other stuff, fitness and mindfulness and everything. And it's all in memberships. And I have a course as well on thatnicolefiore.com.
And if you're on the YouTube and you'd rather be on YouTube, it's also on YouTube.
Yeah. The course is on the site only, but.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay. To bring that back, is there more on that you want to talk about?
Oh, well, that went way a different direction than I was going. I was just going to say that I think that the initial success of the YouTube channel freed you from a lot of the like
the restraints
constant constant like guessing, because truly I pushed you off the deep end. I was like, because you did not want to do it. I was like, you're doing this. You know, I was like, you have to do this. Like, the world needs to see this.
The one who first said it, at least to me, no, it was Michael.
Eddie the whole time has said to
Eddie did as well. But to me, the recollection I have was maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was charging people for it.
Yes, probably.
Because he was like, this is something. Eddie was for YouTube. Yeah,
Eddie the whole time for YouTube.
We weren't even friends with Eddie. He was just at the Apple store.
No, we were kind of friends with. We were like homies.
We were homies.
Yeah,
but we weren't like hanging out.
Yeah, not yet.
And he was like, "You do what? You should start a YouTube channel."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? No."
Yeah, and but I do remember,
and here we are.
Yeah, exactly. I do remember that it was very like educational stuff makes a lot of sense, and especially when you're good, and it's a slow burn, and it kind of just forever burns.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what we've noticed on the
forever.
YouTube. Yeah. Like, I don't know when it happened. You said it's been a while, but the first tutorial is over 1 million views. It's like almost 1.1 million views, which is crazy.
It's been at least this year. I don't remember when I saw it go past 1 million, but it's been for a while.
That's like insane to think of.
Yeah.
Like I literally cannot.
The second or third video has a lot.
The first like 3, I think it's like, well, it's a stark drop off, which bothers me, but it's like 1.1 and then it's like 300,000, 200,000, and then 100,000 or something. Regardless, all those numbers are great. Like, that's awesome.
A lot of people want to learn how to skate and then go, never mind.
Yeah, that's also probably true.
Also, that video, like I have not gone back and watched it in a really long time. I have no idea how I taught that stuff.
It's probably a little cringy, but like also you've been teaching this stuff forever, so it's not going to be that bad.
It won't be that bad, but I think I went way quicker probably than I should have. But also it's a YouTube video, so
you could pause it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the idea.
Also, you can buy a membership and learn a lot more.
That's true. It's much better if you. I wish that a lot of those people would watch it and go, I'd rather have a membership. Click buy the membership. That would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice?
It took me like 3 years to even go, I don't have a link to the membership in the description.
That is literally the most frustrating oversight. And it's not even a frustration with you. It's like a frustration as a whole of like, we didn't even think to do that on the video that has literally tenfold what a lot of the other videos have. We didn't put it in there. Dope. Awesome.
Really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
There are so many things like that are like no-brainer things, which I have to shout out anyone who sends me like random messages and emails of like, you should do this or you should do this. I can't tell you how many times I've like read a message and I'm like, yeah, I should have done that 3 years ago. Like, yes, thank you so much. And I go and do it. Or like I wake up and not in the middle of the night, I sleep very soundly. But like I wake up and I'm like sitting there in bed, like journaling or something. And I just have a random thought of like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do that 2.5 months ago. I need to write that down to do that today.
That's the worst.
It really is the worst. But okay, to bring all of this back to my yearly crisis, it's kind of that same thing where I like wake up or snap out of it, out of my whatever I'm doing. And I finally am like, oh, I need to look at big picture here and like what is actually happening with the business, with life. Like, what do I want? What am I doing currently that's not working? What am I doing currently that is working? And that's not a bad thing. I think that's a really good thing. I should probably do that more often than once a year.
I feel like it's kind of like anything where doing a little bit all the time is way better than doing a lot of it one time.
And just freaking out.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to think of that like not specifically.
Exercising.
I was just going to say not really exercising because I feel like a little bit of exercise a lot of the time doesn't build you into being able to do more.
I would disagree with that.
Well, maybe, but I don't. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But I will say the like little bit of stretching.
Yeah,
makes that goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to go into like walking or running or lifting weights. That's not.
I do want to talk about my hip though.
Okay. Well, segueing you right into it. Yeah, I feel like the little bit a lot more often is a good thing. And it's not like every day or like whatever, but like for finances specifically, like I'm a crazy person. Well, I've been told.
I think you're a smart person.
I've been told that I'm a crazy person for this.
I too have been told I'm a crazy person for this.
But I do our finances every week. I clear out all of everything every week. We start fresh every Monday.
The peace of mind that gives me, I can't even express to you. Because I used to be a Wednesday person, like before you, even with you, but before we had finances together, I was like strictly I think it was Wednesday. Every Wednesday I would go over my stuff.
Why's it got to be a Wednesday?
I don't know. I just picked a day.
I don't like Wednesday.
You like Monday.
I don't want to sit on it for 2 days thinking about it and then wake up the next day.
One of our friends said she's a Tuesday person. And I was like, you just pick a day and you just run with it.
Yeah, but like, well, finances can't really do on a weekend. It's kind of you do it on a weekend, it all happens on the Monday anyway. Yeah. So it's kind of, you might as well just do it on the Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Monday financial person here. Also, a lot of people are like, I hate Mondays. And I'm like, dude, I don't have a problem with any day.
I like Mondays.
I don't discriminate the days, man. No. They exist. I go through them. To be completely honest, last few weeks, couldn't tell you what day was what.
Exactly.
Barely knew today was Friday. Are we doing? Yes.
Friday.
There proves to you how well I knew what day it was.
I did forget it was Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only reason I knew, guitar lesson.
I have a workshop tomorrow and I still forgot it's Friday. I thought I had another day to get that email out. I thought it was Thursday.
To clarify, I am not taking guitar lessons. I am teaching guitar lessons. I felt like I needed to clarify that for myself because I am far too good at guitar to be taking lessons.
I do always.
When I said that, it came out very cocky. I did not mean it.
He is very good at guitar.
Look.
It would be a good thing if you took a guitar lesson. It'd be a good thing if I took a skating lesson.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because I'd be so mean.
I would love to take a lesson.
With guitar with me?
No. No, I'm saying for me to take a skating lesson from someone. For you to take you would be terribly mean. No.
I would not be mean.
You'd be really nice in guitar. And I would be really nice if I taught you how to skate. If you taught me how to skate.
Hold on. Wait.
So mean.
Okay, hold on.
I was trying to say.
Hold on. Where are we going? What are you trying to say? Because I'm lost.
What I was trying to say was you should always be a student. You should always want to learn. So for you to take a guitar lesson would not be a bad thing. For me to take a skating lesson would not be a bad thing.
When was the last time you saw me take
instruction
well? It does not go well.
That's a bad quality.
No.
You should try to do better.
No, I did not say instruction. I said direction.
No,
I said instruction.
You said direction.
Said direction. Yeah. No, direction I take well. Instruction I do not take well. If you're going to tell me how to do it, no, hold on. If it's something I don't know, I'm good. I'll listen. I'm happy. I've played guitar on and off for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more than that, actually, which is terrifying to say out loud. That means I'm old. And today, I was asked how to play 3 different songs, 2 of which I have not heard in solidly 5 years. Or if I have heard it, it was like on a radio in a store. Yeah, something like that. I would not.
It's always H&M for some reason.
Yeah, somewhere. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm spewing out the knowledge of this is doing this scale and this thing. It's what I already taught you. This is how you play it. And I'm reading, listening to it, figuring out how to play it. And then not even 5 minutes later, I can play something that is way harder than basic level stuff. I'm running through a scale, up a few strings and back down, playing it in time, in the right rhythm that they play it, and then also teaching it and in a way I can describe it to someone who doesn't understand what I'm explaining yet, in a way that it will later.
Yeah.
So for me to go sit,
that's the ultimate goal.
Which, as I'm doing it, I'm actually pretty good at this. I'm dang, this is pretty sick. But I won't teach me. No. Yeah. Maybe if a friend is showing me something or I initiate the teach me this thing on guitar.
What about
different?
What about a different style of guitar?
I'm already bored. Genuinely. When there's a weird thing where the skill level is okay, it's probably really relatable to skating.
100%.
But I don't know enough about the doing of skating to tie it in. So anyway,
I do.
My brain, I know. My brain goes, okay, so guitar is, there's being hobbyist at guitar, beginner at guitar, intermediate at guitar, professional guitar, but professional means you're making money. So just good at guitar, expert at guitar, right? But what is overlooked by anybody who's not a musician is that upward pillar isn't actually a pillar, because it's, or at least it is, but it's genre based. So if you have rock guitar, you can be expert. The moment you go to a worship guitar, you now from rock guitar are probably just barely intermediate at best, right? At least for 2 weeks, depending on what your actual skill level is. But then you go to hair metal guitar or thrash metal or something like that, but you're a rock guitarist and you're good at that, you're like super low again.
Is there any style, because I would argue that artistic skating, if you have a base in artistic skating, you can be intermediate at just about every other style.
Jazz.
So if you're good at jazz.
Oh, if you're good at jazz, you're good at everything.
You're good at everything.
100%.
Okay, so that makes sense.
At least I say that like that, but you have to be receptive.
I should talk about that more, about artistic. It's
there you go.
Such a good foundation for literally anything you want to do on skates.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so like if somebody was to teach me a different genre, so what I'm trying to say with this is I would say that I'm more than proficient in like older pop rock, like from when we were growing up, and like some metal stuff. I'm not that great at the metal. I'm good at it, but I'm not great at it. Like really, truly, I'm not. Like there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, dude, I have to play this for a long time to get my hands and everything to like move the way that they can play these things. But
when you said in the lesson that your guitar, I almost said computer, your guitar was to drop D.
Yeah.
I literally went when you said that
from the other room.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't see me at all.
No, I went to play a scale and I went, oh God, that's not the right tune. I was like, wow, that's bad.
Like a metal thing, right?
I mean, it's just a different tuning. It just does not work for playing like scales and stuff, like normal stuff on a guitar. It's you have to like change. Okay. It doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is when you go from like, if somebody was to like teach me jazz or something, right? Like to be like, oh, it would be sick if you learned jazz, like, or like, here, let me teach you like this jazz standard.
Yeah.
Because it would be something that's like mid-expert level, like high intermediate expert in that genre, that now I have to like redo my whole brain to get there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm checked out, man. Like I would love to, but I got to do it on my terms. Like, and I have to be invested in it. Like if I don't, like,
well, I agree with that.
Like, but like, I love jazz. I don't care to play jazz. You know what I mean? So like,
I listened to jazz as I worked out today.
You're a psycho.
It was really fun. I liked it.
Okay. Well, I was trying to relate that to skating on like if it's like a different style or like it's something that's like really difficult that like, I guess even with like working out or like just skating or anything, like when you see a skill that feels unattainable because you don't know the like steps to get to it, like you're like, I don't even know if I should try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the genre switching thing in my head with guitar. Also, I'm like not trying to play guitar that much. I'm like trying to just play metal and then be done.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
How did we get on that? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I did want to talk about my hip.
How did we get on guitar?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I said something about guitar lesson, and then I needed to clarify that I was teaching.
Oh, and I was going to say, I always say that like, oh, I have a class or, oh, I have a lesson.
Right.
And I don't clarify.
You don't clarify that you're the instructor. Nope.
So I wonder, now that I'm saying that.
There's definitely been people that have asked you like, what class are you taking? You're like, oh, no, I'm teaching.
That's funny. My hip, my left hip.
Have you talked about it hurting on here? Probably. Maybe not.
It's been an issue for a long while now, a few months. Too long to be in pain, in my opinion.
Yet she doesn't want to do anything to fix it.
So I finally was at the point where I was like, okay, I thought it was caused by running. Everyone that knows how long I've been skating as seriously as I have was like, it's probably just a worn out hip. And I was like, I'm 32 years old. I don't think that's the case, but you could be correct. I don't know. And so I have not been stretching as much as I should, but I have been stretching enough, I think, to have that not be the problem. And I had stopped running and I stopped doing legs. I don't remember why I stopped doing legs. That might have been out of pure laziness. But I remember the Bulgarian squats on that side hurting my hip back then. I don't know. But that's what happened. My hip has been hurting really bad. I thought it was from running. I stopped doing exercises that I thought were hurting it, which skating doesn't hurt it unless I'm doing crazy legs and like sticking my hip out really far. But for the past 2 days, I have not had any hip pain. And the only thing I did was I did legs 2 days ago.
Okay. Can I be the devil's advocate here?
Yes,
and I
please.
really hope that I am wrong. Could it be that you're just too sore to pay attention to it?
In other areas?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think so, because that pain is very strong.
Okay. Now let me play what do you call not the devil's advocate?
The angel's advocate.
Let's not talk about that sports team. No, but like for my hamstring, which I've definitely mentioned on the podcast at some point. If you don't know, long time ago, I decided to start exercising. Like before I really decided to start exercising, I started walking a lot.
Yeah.
And then the shoes I was walking in, I was just like full sending it. I was going like 16-minute miles walking. I was like totally power walking.
During meetings.
Yeah. And I like lost weight and stuff. It was really great. It was really good for my health. It was really great. I'd walk like 2 miles a day. I think. Anyway, I tore my like inner hamstring, like the like back inner of my left thigh, or leg, hamstring, whatever that is. And that basically lived with me for 2-ish years because I had no idea what it was. I asked my doctor friend, like, he was like, send me a picture of what your leg looks like. Is it like black and blue? Is there anything? I was like, no, it's like, it looks fine. He's like, well, then just treat it like normal, but like don't overdo it. And now long way later, I'm positive that I tore it. I always thought I did something. I don't know what I thought I did, but like I found out that like I definitely tore part of my hamstring. Yeah. And I just lived through it. And I think it was from the shoes I had because they had too much pressure on the inside of my heel and my feet are too flat. So I didn't need the compensation. So it was pushing my feet out.
Your feet aren't flat.
I have arches, but I walk flat. I don't walk like this.
Yeah.
And the shoes were built to stop people who walk inward like this. So they walk more flat. So what they're forcing me is out on the sides of my heels, which at some point I stepped weird or something during the walk and it tore my hamstring.
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't stretching and doing all the things that are much better for you. So there's a lot of variables here.
You didn't know that life yet.
Long way to say, I started working out very seriously. My hamstring is as good as ever. Like totally not in any capacity an issue. Yeah. Stretching, working out, making sure I have strength, muscles in all the groups around that, it's totally better. Like I have not thought about it outside of maybe today after I did legs and ran and I haven't stretched. I think that's the only time I've thought about it. You didn't
stretch today?
I did the like touch my toes and like stretch my calves and quads and say, I don't have time, go.
You got to spend some time on that tomorrow.
I got to spend some time on that tomorrow. It's going to be rough if I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, I initially, and again, I should probably get my hip checked anyway, but like I was at the point literally like last week, I was like, okay, when we get back, because we were in Northern California, I was like, when we get back, I should probably get it checked out. And then I just went to the gym and did legs and it literally doesn't hurt. And I had the same thought of like, am I just so sore? Because I'm very sore, like my butt, mainly my butt, but also my thigh, my hamstring, all of everything.
I have like gently poked your butt.
And it hurts so bad.
You go, ah.
I literally did that as I sat down to put my skates on because sitting hurts. Like the padding of my butt hurts. And so I sat down to put my skates on earlier today. And like I said, every time I like do a strut which is funny because the workshop I'm teaching tomorrow is on strut walk, moonwalk, and like toe stop strut if we get to it and some other stuff.
How many days later is it tomorrow from your workout?
3.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. It's
well,
still
no,
gonna suck.
it's not fun anyway because my hip has been hurting. And all of those skills, I don't know what I was thinking when I was like, yeah, I want to teach this because that all hurts.
You're in the weeds.
Yes, you're right. Hi, I'm here. I'm back. Hi.
I'm laughing. I need to clarify this because I'm laughing at her, but also with her.
Because he did legs today.
That's yes, but no. I'm laughing because I have been in that position every single time I've done legs for every week that I've started working out. And you've laughed at me and been like, suck it up. You'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't think you understand that the thought of making the motion to sit is worse than sitting. And then the thought of having to stand up is worse than the thought of having to sit.
I've been sitting down on the toilet like so slowly, both hands on my legs, like I ease my way down because it hurts so bad.
Oh, you're doing it the hard way. You gotta grab the seat and lower with your arms. Yeah, it works.
Ew, no,
they're clean. It's our toilet. I'm not saying like go in public and do that.
Oh God, I would never.
No.
I would squat and that would hurt so bad.
Tomorrow's going to be fun for you.
It will be. Anyway, I sat down to put my skates on and I was like, oh no, my life. And then I put my skates on and I skated and zero pain while I skated.
Good.
Which is so obnoxious. Like, why is that the case?
Exercise is better for you.
But there was pain when I was on the elliptical, moving my little butt cheeks. That hurt.
Because they're sore because you don't use them enough.
Apparently. But like, why is it that any pain, like soreness pain, I was fine when I put my skates on? Is it just because I'm like happy and not thinking about it?
Probably.
Huh. That's odd.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But I mean, to I guess be even with you on this, you get to laugh at me. Well, less now today, but you've gotten to laugh at me the last few days because my abs hurt so bad from doing core workouts that if I sneeze or cough or anything, it's like a achoo, ow.
Or like you try not to sneeze and then you explode.
and it hurts more because I stopped it.
That was me the last time I was really sore from abs. Oh, I don't like this soreness, but I know it'll get better and it goes away. Like for me, it goes away.
Look, I've been doing it for a year now, and I can tell you it doesn't get much better. But maybe it's because I push myself pretty hard most times.
That might be it. I didn't even use a lot of weight. That's the really sad thing.
Wimp.
I know.
Also, what is a lot of weight?
More than 10 to 15 pounds.
So? Just because like, what number are you trying to hit? Like 60?
Honestly, no.
No, you don't need a dump truck back there. It's going to throw your weight off when you skate.
You're so right.
Yeah.
You're so right.
It'll be messed up when you go to skate.
Wow. Although I do think I've really benefited from, my skating has really benefited from working out more and doing more hamstrings and butt exercises because I think I was real front heavy. Which top half.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Yeah.
Your genetics and the mirror tell you that you're very front heavy.
I am. But like my core is my back is very strong.
Yeah, but like you're still front heavy.
Yeah.
Have you seen your quads?
Yeah.
Those things are huge.
And I have a large chest as well. That's
I'm
where
not
I thought
even
you were going.
No, I'm talking about we're talking about muscles.
You don't know what's under there. There's so much muscle under there.
Under your quads?
No.
The second quad. I don't know.
Yes. Okay, you know the like V shape on the quad that you talk about that like you started to get?
I mean, I still have it.
Yeah.
Why you gotta hesitate and look at me like that? Like I don't have it.
No, you do still. You have it better.
I was pretty proud of that. What are we talking?
You should be proud of that.
How dare you?
You know what I'm talking about though? Like how do you explain that? The front of the quad, like there's a little divot.
I don't know. What do you mean? Like the bottom of the muscle? You just keep talking about whatever you're trying to talk about.
Anyway, there's a little like divot that I have only seen on people with like ripped legs and super lean legs. And I have a lot of muscle on my leg, but it's not necessarily super lean. But I put heels on the other day to try on outfits for a wedding.
Were you too ripped?
My legs looked insane. I was like, oh, whoa. And that was before I did legs. So
I think that's why you stopped doing legs, because you didn't want to look ripped in your outfit.
I'm not mad at it, but it was jarring.
I mean, that's just out of losing fat. That's not out of...
No, it's...
Your legs, before you worked out, like doing any of the workouts, your legs, if you lost fat percent, would be shredded. Like, unbelievably shredded.
Yeah.
But like...
Maybe someday we'll find out.
That's up to you. If you're going to do it, you got to send it.
It's true. It's true.
I'm still working on that. I like it when my legs are ripped enough that like I'm in jeans and you can still see that they're pretty ripped. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. All right, what's up? I go to the gym sometimes.
I go to the gym sometimes.
And by sometimes I mean like most of the days of the week. Yeah.
What's the quote from Central Intelligence? If you work out.
We put it in. We put it in a video, or I put it in the YouTube video of losing weight or whatever. Or like, it's if you work out every day for 6 hours a day, you like anybody can do it, right?
Anybody can do it.
Yeah. Or no, he was saying, he asked how he went from being a fat high schooler to being The Rock.
Yeah.
And he was like, for the last 30 years, I worked out every day for 6 hours a day. Anybody can do it, right? And you're like, no.
I mean, yeah.
I guess.
But no.
You got to, what else are you going to do? 6 hours of your day is burnt?
Nothing else.
Hopefully someone's paying you to be in the gym. Sheesh.
Yeah, you could do that if you're like a trainer or you're filming a lot of workout videos.
Look, I'm going to be honest. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun. I don't even like the smell of a gym. You know, like the cleaning supplies.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm not into it.
When I was recording all the videos for the site back to like 2020 and making all of that, I did lose a lot of weight because I was filming all the time.
I honestly kind of will devil's advocate that yes, but I think that was because you were forgetting to eat more than it was working out hard.
Also that.
Honestly.
Yeah. But I would get to like, I would film a skills video. I'd film like 2 skills videos and then I'd film a choreography and I'd get to the advance. Halfway through the advance, I'd be like, I think I might die right now. Like, I think this is what this feels like.
Oh my gosh. And then we would probably, is that when we would go to Red Robin?
Probably.
God.
And just eat.
Dude,
terribly.
We used to crush
We've come
Red
a
Robin.
long way.
Yeah.
Really.
And then we had McDonald's and Wendy's this weekend.
Well, we were road tripping.
Dude, America, can we get any form of better food at rest stops?
Yeah, it really wasn't great options. I mean, we did try to be like pretty good about it until we were like, that's not worth it.
When did you try to be? I didn't try to be pretty good.
I didn't get any snacks from that gas station.
Oh, yeah. No, also that was expensive, but I was trying to not do that too. And then we shared a Frosty. I got French fries. I got chicken nuggies. And then I got a burger. But I didn't realize the burger was going to be as big as it was. I thought it was going to be more like along the lines of the burger that you got. You should have done the
junior one then.
The junior sounded really small. Like
it's perfect size.
See? Should have listened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But McDonald's got some spicy nuggets. Unsponsored. I don't know. Like, if McDonald's sponsored us, that'd be the coolest thing ever. Well, maybe not, but like, that'd be sick. They have money.
Maybe not, but that'd be sick.
But their spicy chicken nuggets, if you like spicy and you like chicken nuggets, they're dope.
And they are actually kind of spicy. They're not like hot, but they're spicy.
Just give you a little kick. It's great. But honestly, that was surprisingly good.
Did Scarlett text you back about that?
Oh, she was texting me the whole time about it, but I don't know if she got them.
Oh, okay.
I for sure got them.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I've had them on two sides of the world now, and they tasted the exact same.
That is amazing. We talked about that too.
I don't understand how that sorcery happens.
How do these companies make sure it's exactly the same?
Carefully.
It's amazing. Truly.
That's why I'm not in logistics.
And then right when I said that, we were in a drive-thru at Wendy's, right? When I did say that?
I don't know.
And there was like a guy that was like inspecting to make sure. He was like, no, it wasn't Wendy's because it was the McDonald's school. He had like a thing.
Oh, he was
like
literally,
institute.
He was leaving. It's the Hamburger Institute.
Yeah. But he was like, he looked like someone who was there to make sure they were doing things right.
He grabbed a drink and was leaving.
Yeah, but he looked like a guy that was there to make sure they were doing things right. I'm not saying he wasn't thirsty. Maybe he was just thirsty on his way out.
I don't know, man, but I think like don't drink your calories.
Maybe he was getting water.
Yo, hell yeah, McDonald's employee. You get that water.
Although I gotta say, I didn't get a Coke from them, but man, it's good.
I don't believe you.
You should.
I
am not the only one that thinks that.
Yeah, you and Scarlett.
And like everyone else.
You know what I think though?
What?
I think that I'm not going to get a Coke at McDonald's.
I think you're not either.
I think that I don't like soda enough and I would be very over it.
I love an ice cold Coke or Sprite.
Sprite's different. I'm okay with the Sprite.
You said that this week. I don't remember where we were, but you were like, You like looked at me and you were like, Sprite, man.
Hey, we were at the wedding.
Oh man.
Because they didn't really have like anything. The bartenders were not good, so I wasn't gonna like ask for a mocktail of any form. They were
wasn't it?
But so I just grabbed a Sprite and I was like, okay. And I was drinking and I'm like, yo, this is dope. And then I looked at the nutritional facts and I was like, damn, it's like 140 calories in this little thing. I was like, okay, I see you. I should grab a water. And then I finished the Sprite. But
Oh yeah, you put it in your glass so you could feel fancy.
I put it in my fancy glass. I put it in my champagne glass.
He was like, I don't want any wine or champagne, but I will have the Sprite.
I'm going to have that fancy water.
Do we want to talk about your crazy experience at Disneyland, or do we want to save that for the next podcast?
We're at 55 minutes, so I think we could save it.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, is it mean to do a cliffhanger now that there's a bigger gap? Are people not going to remember anyway?
Will we remember? That's the question.
I hope that I don't lose my memory.
I'm going to write that down. That we're going to start with that.
I got to film at Disneyland after hours. Like when the parks closed, like officially with Disneyland people. Like I wasn't hiding.
He wasn't trespassing.
No, I was not trespassing. I was there officially with King Mouse and top 3 experiences in my life, I think.
I don't think you can hear Kevin, but she just sauntered up.
I heard her for a moment and I also saw her.
She's been very vocal today. Our podcast is called Glitter and Cat Litter, and we don't talk about our cats very often.
Sometimes we do. Hey, child. You come here?
She said no.
Are you going to pick her up and put her on the podcast?
Do you want me to? She's going to freak out.
It'll be fun if you're holding her and she freaks out. Got her.
I got her. Can you see her? Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Run away.
The last time I did that in a video was like a membership video, probably a skill. And I picked her up and she looked directly into the camera and just like stared. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're making eye contact with them. This time, I don't think that happened.
Making lens contact.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here. You can get a membership at glitterandcatlitter.com or on YouTube.
Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.